Hi everyone, so I have a bit of a sad update video to do today. I haven't posted for quite a while because we had to sadly say goodbye to two of the bunnies here that passed away, and I just haven't posted any videos since then because I really don't like doing the sad update videos. So I'm in here with some of the buns, and I thought that I would do that now and let you know what's happened. So the first bunny that passed away that we had to say goodbye to was Anita, and she was the little disabled bunny that I had done a few videos on just recently, and she was doing really well, but then I got up one morning and she was just barely hanging on. So obviously there was something going on there that we didn't realise, that we couldn't tell, and so I think she was waiting to say goodbye to me, so I picked her up and held her, and I could tell that she was passing away. There was nothing that could be done. She was on her way to passing away. And so I held her for a little while, and within a few minutes of me giving her kisses and talking to her, she passed away in my arms. So that was very sad. And then within a week of that, I lost two bunnies within a week. So within a week of that, Bosworth passed away, which was totally unexpected. Because he came to me, not because he was a really old bunny, but because he had had some traumatic experience, and he became an aggressive bunny to some of the volunteers at the sanctuary. And so I said I would take him on and see if I could work with him and rehabilitate him. And he turned into just such a beautiful little bunny, back to what he used to be, into a beautiful sweetheart. And he was really happy and healthy bunny, and he just one day refused to eat any of his food, and I worked with him throughout the day, you know, trying to get him his best favourite pieces of fruit and food and things like that, but he refused food. So we ended up taking him to the after hours vet about 12 o'clock that night, because he was just going downhill, and I just felt something was really wrong and he needed to see a vet. I wasn't going to wait till the morning, so we took him into our wonderful vet, to the after hours vet, and he seemed to be in stasis. He had a lot of air, a lot of bloating in his digestion. So our wonderful vet, she worked with him, and I was there with them as she worked with him for a couple of hours. She tried to, she took his blood glucose levels, and it was obvious that from the heightened levels, that he was in stasis. But it was just so odd because you couldn't feel any blockage in there, and it was just really out of character to him. So she tried unblocking him with a tube, and she tried to do all different things, and then we just decided it was surgery. We thought it's very risky because he was already suffering, obviously, but we thought we need to either do surgery or he's not going to make it anyway. So about 2:30, I think it was, we decided that surgery was the way to go, and she called in a vet nurse to come and help with the surgery, and I had to head home at that stage to get my son to bed because he'd been waiting around all this time and he needed to be in bed. So I left Bosworth in her amazingly capable and kind hands and headed home. And Bosworth actually made it through surgery. They couldn't find any blockage, but they flushed through the contents of his stomach, which is all they could do, and he actually made it through and he was recovering. But by early the next morning, well, later, but it was still early, but later that morning, he passed away. He didn't make it. And it seems that, and I felt really guilty, because he wasn't an old bunny, and I hadn't expected him to pass. He didn't have any complications with his health that I knew of up until then. And so, of course, I felt really guilty and was thinking, what could I have done? What more could I have done? And doubting myself. But it came back that it seemed he had it was within his body, like nothing could have been done. And it seemed like sorry, I can't think of the right word. What is it called? The nerves, I couldn't think of it. The nerves in the digestive system weren't communicating properly with each other, and his digestion just wasn't working properly anymore. So it wouldn't have mattered what any of us had done, he wouldn't have made it. So as heartbreaking as it still was, it didn't take away the hurt, but it did help to ease my conscience a little bit. So that really hit me hard, because often, you know, I take on the oldies and the bunnies that have the health issues because I know I've got limited time with them. It's really palliative care for them, so giving them the best in the last bit of their lives that they can have. But with Bosworth, because he wasn't older, I hadn't prepared myself to say goodbye to him, so I was really heartbroken with that. And I'd had so many losses this year. I've lost 7 bunnies now in a year, and that's a lot to deal with. So it took me a little while to recover from that, so I haven't done a video before now. I'm sorry, but I did want to let you know what had happened. As you can see, Roy here, the black bunny, he was left behind once Anita passed. She was his long-term partner, and they loved each other very much. Bosworth was on his own, so there was no partner to consider there. And so I'm in the process of bonding Roy with the quad here, because I think he'd be a perfect match for them. He's a really gentle boy, he's really sweet, and I think he'll be a perfect match, and they seem to have accepted him really well. So I'm hoping he can join in with the quad here and become part of this fluffle, so that he's not lonely. So thank you for watching. Sorry it's a sad update video, but yes, that's life and that's the way it goes, and that's why I just enjoy every moment I have with these guys and make the most of every day and spoil them as much as I can, because you just don't know how long you've got with them, so you just got to appreciate every day. So thank you so much for watching, sending you lots of love and hugs, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.